Welcome back, guys. It is the Brothers Geek Out podcast. Hope you guys are all well and safe. Everybody's fasting. Ramadan Kareem. Hope you guys are having a good time fasting as well. Sorry, this episode's come out a bit late. We've had so much on recently, but yeah, all good. How's things on your side, G-Man?
Yeah, everything's cool, bro. I think it's good. First week of Ramadan, just trying to get into my Ramadan routine. I'm gonna try training today. I've done a bit of training, but I'm gonna try go to the gym today, do some wrestling and whatnot, and see how it goes. Just try and get into that routine. But yeah, other than that, it's all good, man. It was my birthday yesterday and
Happy
Sunday, so
birthday,
just had
bro.
a nice.
Happy birthday, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. Just had a nice evening out in the Palm Beach. Yeah, other than that, what else has been going on, man? Just been chilling, like I say, it's Ramadan, so just trying to reflect, trying to be better, trying to use this month to, keep up with my prayers, keep up with you know how it is, just trying to be better this month. Actually, you know what? I actually did something amazing I done something amazing happened the other day on Saturday. When I was breaking fast, we were out, right? I was breaking fast in a restaurant, and I had my wudu, and I was like, I want to pray, right? And normally they have prayer rooms around everywhere, but I couldn't find the prayer room where we was, right? So I was looking around, and I'm trying to do better with my prayer, right? We all are and whatnot. I know me. If I didn't find that prayer room, I would have been like, you know what? I'll just pray when I get home, right? But then what happened was I saw this brother in the corner and on the streets, and I could see him taking off his shoes and he's ready to put the prayer mat out and pray. He just broke his fast. I just broke my fast, so he's just gonna do Maghrib prayer and whatnot. And then I just thought, man, amazing that I saw him. I just ran up to him, and like he already started, but I just on the floor on the street, I just put my bag down for my head, and I was like, I'm just gonna pray next to this brother and do my prayers, like, regardless of the floor being dirty or whatever, getting my clothes dirty. I was just like, I wanted to do my prayer. I wanted to find a prayer room, but because I didn't, I saw this brother. I was just like, I was inspired to like, let me just do it on the streets. You know what I mean? I know me. I know my mind, and I'm working on this. Like, if I didn't, I wouldn't have done it on the streets. I would have just, I would have said, oh, let's do it at home or whatnot. So it was the first time I've ever prayed on the street. And there was a humbling feeling about it, man. I was so humbled. I mean, normally praying is great anyway. It's a very humbling feeling. Almost like a therapeutic feeling every day, like 5 times a day. But just doing that next to this random brother who, he worked there somewhere. I could see him, he had a white like chef's jacket on and whatnot. But it just made me feel so humble, and he inspired me to do it. He doesn't know, but he inspired me to do it. After the prayer, I said salam alaikum and so thank you and walked off and whatnot. But he doesn't know that he inspired me, because I was almost like, oh, I can't find a prayer room. You know what I mean? Like, and this is me, like I said, on my journey to try and be better and whatnot. But it just equalized us as well. As I was praying next to the brother, it was, we were equal as human beings, regardless of race or status and what job we do, how much money we earn. None of that mattered at that moment. What mattered at that moment is we were both on the streets praying, and I just felt like side by side, and I just felt so humbled by it. So I felt great, man. I felt really, Ramadan obviously helps and all that sort of stuff, but I'm trying to, during Ramadan, we try to fix our imperfections, right? Because, we're trying to be better and whatnot. But just in regards to praying, that was like a new thing I did, just to pray on the streets, like stop everything. Like I left the missus, like she was eating at the restaurant. We just broke our fast and whatnot. I left her, and then all that sort of stuff was running in my head. And I was almost like, I can't find a prayer room, let's go. But my brother, he just inspired me, and I just got down on my hands.
That was a sign, bro. That was a sign.
Yes. Alhamdulillah, man. It was a humbling feeling.
Yeah, that was a sign, bro. That's good. That's really good. Really good. Really good. No, you're right, man. I mean, we're all doing the best we can to kind of better ourselves, get through this, pray more, feed our soul, right? That's what it is. Feed our soul.
That's it. Because Ramadan's not about fast. It's not just about fasting. That's the easy part, isn't it? Yeah. Fasting is the easy part. It's everything else. Trying to be better, trying to be more spiritual and everything. But yeah, no, I wanted to share that, man, because it was a great feeling. Especially awesome. My last sunset of 37, of being a 37-year-old. It was just a humbling feeling.
No, I get you, bro. I totally get you. What we got up to last week, man. So yeah, this month I won't be doing no screenings, and plus baby's looking to drop soon, so I'm just gonna start reaching out to people to head out to the screenings if they can. Ati if she can as well. But we got to see John Wick, me and Ash, last week Monday, which was absolutely awesome. I mean, how does a movie that's at number 4 still top it? That's the nuts thing about it, you know what I mean? So that was really good, bro. Really good. Like they're up the ante in it. I mean, I kind of not compared it to, but like I still, as for a full-on action ride-along movie, was Mad Max Fury Road for me, was probably one of the best action films of the decade back then. I think this decade it's going to be this.
What, isn't it fall in the same decade? When did Mad Max Fury come out? Was it that long ago?
Yeah, bro, that's ages ago.
Really, I was in Hong Kong when that happened. So at least 4 or 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Sorry. Damn, okay.
Longer than that, man. 10 years ago. Yeah, I think.
What? Damn. Okay.
Yeah, I think.
But
So.
listen, man. It's not coming out in the Middle East till after Ramadan. Obviously, things calm down. Maybe killing loads of people is haram in a movie. So but things are very slow in Ramadan. So I have to wait till 1 more month. I mean, thank God. When I say there's not many spoilers, there's not, superhero movies have so many spoilers, like they can spoil character, what do you call it, cameos and all this sort of stuff, and plot cameos. At least this movie, there's not many like spoilers, like plot spoilers and whatnot. It's more of an action movie. Like, what can you spoil? Like, I mean, maybe you can spoil the story and whatnot, but there's not much you can spoil because I'm going to enjoy the art of John Wick killing loads of people. So I'm glad it won't be spoiled, but I'm so looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing what Donnie Yen's his part and everything, man. Scott Adkins. I'm just looking forward to it. End of Ramadan, bro. I'll be on it, man. But I'm everywhere is just saying some amazing reviews, and like you said, number 4. I mean, Fast and Furious done it. They kind of caught back up, but 2 and 3 with Fast and Furious was for me a bit lows. Like John Wick from 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, it's just amazing how they keep up in the antics.
Yeah, no, it's really good, very good. But yeah, I mean, there's only so much I can say about it. But as you said, there's not really spoiler territories or anything like that with this. Keanu Reeves is awesome. Donnie Yen is brilliant. I mean, Scott Adkins. It's a massive cast, bro, man. So
they dedicated it to
Lance Reddick. Yeah.
Yeah, who passed away. They dedicated it to him, man. And apparently, like he was a big part of the franchise, and he said he thought it was a great movie as well. And just it's just that's a sad one as well. But I'm looking forward to watching it, bro. I'm so pumped. I'm really pumped. Like, I know we talk about all the comic book movies and all that sort of stuff, but being pumped for other movies outside of that genre is just always exciting as well.
It's always good, bro, because that's what Top Gun did for that genre of movies, you know what I mean? That's what Mission Impossible does. It's what John Wick does. So it's going to be a hard graft. Somebody sent a message the other day and said, which one do you think is going to be the best action film, John Wick or Mission Impossible? And I'm like, they're both really good in their own take. I mean, that's another franchise that Tom Cruise excelled in, Bruce. He just keeps growing bigger and better at it. So no,
and that's Psycho doing his own stunts. I mean, this was great because like John Wick, you see Keanu Reeves training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and martial arts, and he's at that tactical gun shooting place and whatnot. You see Tom Cruise in his movies, Mission Impossible, is doing his own stunts and whatnot. It just brings another element, and people love those guys. Like, people love Keanu Reeves, people love Tom Cruise, so it just brings a different element to those movies as well.
Exactly. No, it's absolutely awesome, bro. Can't wait for you to watch it and let us know your thoughts.
We'll do the review in a month. No spoilers, guys, man. We have to wait in the Middle East. Everything's so quiet here. I don't think it's the haram of violence, because that's everywhere anyway. I think it's it's just quiet, so they didn't want to release it here, basically.
No, that's fine. That's fine. What else did we do? I finish off The Last of Us.
So my list, I was good because we didn't bring it up. I know because you haven't seen it, but the season finale. What did you think of the show overall, man?
I don't know. This is just me personally, bro. It's an amazing story between the two characters, and we get a lot of back and forth in it. It did drag a bit, bro. That's the only thing. Like, it's an amazing, it looks amazing. For me, just personally, it dragged a little bit towards the end. Nice ending, very sweet ending. we get the story of how, you know, Ellie was born and her mum was bit before. How they find somebody that looks exactly like her, bro? Almost.
I know it's crazy. I know.
But no, it's a beautiful story, bro, man. It's a father daughter story, you know.
But
That's
I mean, look. Yeah, I mean, I mean, if you felt, I mean, when you say you feel like it dragged, I think I get where you're coming from. For me, I didn't feel like that. I was very in tune from every episode. I loved it. Like I said, I have never played the game, but I was just fascinated on the relationship that they're building, especially because it started off with him losing his daughter when the pandemic or whatever happened. So just that journey of him kind of having that love back for someone in regards to a daughter figure was just amazing, and that relationship that they built. I mean, they threw it was. I mean, end of the day, it was like a big love story, wasn't it? There was so many love stories within it, and then the love
mm,
story between the father and daughter, which was the backbone of the whole story. I mean, they didn't show much of the zombies and or tickers or whatever the hell you call them. I don't know what they're called. I mean,
that's right.
maybe
Yeah.
some people might find it was boring because they didn't have that. But I thought it was really, from my perspective, I thought it was great that you had I don't know if you want to call it a zombie show, but whatever, a zombie show, pandemic show, where they're just focusing purely on the relationships
Mm,
and not wasting. When I say not wasting time, I felt like they didn't waste time with random zombie attacks where they had to just, fight some zombies or whatever it is. It was more about always, the human beings who are always going to be the cycle ones. They're the ones that are always worse than the affected, and then building on the relationships of the characters. I thought it, again, for me, man, I felt like they done a great job in building relationships, building character buildings and
mm.
stuff like that with this show. And of course it's going to get a season 2. It's one of the highest rated HBO shows of all time. So it's going to get season 2. And I'm looking forward to it. I really enjoyed it from beginning to end.
No, no. Yeah, I don't know, man. I suppose I don't know what I was expecting, you know. And that's the thing. It's as I said, it's a father daughter story. It's, as you said, a love story. You know what I mean? A person regaining. Can't even say regaining
Gaining.
himself. Yeah, regaining himself, and getting some feelings back. You know what I mean? You get to a point where he must have been just numb for such a long time, and he was just doing stuff to survive. But now he had a
Mm.
reason. So
Yeah, and that last episode, was it the last one or the one before, whatever? When he found the saviors, what do you call them again? The Tingle
Fireflies.
Bells, Fireflies,
Yeah.
Tingle Bells, and they were going to operate in on him, and he went on that rampage where he just killed everyone, and I think it was, of course, it was related to his daughter, but he
Mm.
was helpless when his daughter got shot by this human being who would just like execute everyone and whatnot. And he was in a position where he's like, I'm not going to allow this to happen. I'm taking these lot out. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
say?
yeah.
Like, because they were going to operate on her and obviously kill her for possibly a cure and whatnot. But the fact that there was no guarantees anyway of the cure, and it was in his power to protect her, he took that in a savage and loving sort of kind of approach, and he did whatever he could do to protect her, and that
I
relates
found it a
back to that
little bit.
episode.
I found it a little bit selfish, but I don't blame him. You
It
know.
was very selfish. If you think about it, it was very selfish. If this was a possible cure to the world, then yeah, it was very selfish. But I think it goes back to the first episode where he lost his daughter. So he didn't give a shit about the
Mm,
world because in a sense, the world took his daughter away, and these human beings that it's very selfish, but these human beings that the ones that they're trying to save was the one that just killed his daughter. It wasn't a
mm,
ticker. It wasn't I keep calling tickers. I know what they are, but it wasn't them. It wasn't the virus. It was human beings that killed his daughter. So he was just like, why am I gonna save you human beings after you killed my daughter? You human beings have no remorse anyway. So anyway, it's selfish, but it just showed, it clearly showed the love that he had that he built towards her. And he wasn't going to allow her to die without guarantees and without her consent and
mm.
whatnot. Do you know what I mean?
No, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. But yeah, that was it. Last of Us. Yeah, it was good watch. Good watch. And yeah, that's it, man. There's not going to be no. I'm going to be speaking to other people to head out to different screenings and get their reviews and thoughts. Next couple of months, it's going to be quite busy. If Ati could go, or if Ash could go, I'll let them know. But it's going to be a bit quiet for a little while. The past couple of months has been super busy, guys. And again, massive thank you for all the support. Excuse me. Still got this. Whatever we got, man. We've all been ill again last week. I don't know what it is. Whatever Alara brings back, we get it.
Damn, man. I heard about this a lot. Babies bringing back. Look, touch wood, I haven't been sick, but obviously I don't have a baby or whatnot. I'm going to test that theory, man, when I eventually have a baby. Let's see if it makes me sick as I do with all the vitamins and minerals that I keep taking.
Oh, man. It's full of, but yeah. What else is happening, bro?
Well, I finished a couple other shows. I finished Better Call Saul. Have you ever? Did you watch? You never watched Breaking Bad? Did you watch Breaking Bad? You
I did
never
watch
watched that.
Breaking
So,
Bad, yeah.
oh, you did. Okay, Breaking Bad was obviously one of the greatest shows. The way it connects at the end, it connected throughout the show anyway, but the way it connects was absolutely amazing. I mean, Jakub asked me, bro, is it the same vibe? And I responded like, you know what? It's not, but it connects well. I don't think it's the same sort of like environment and vibe as Breaking Bad, but obviously this concentrated on the characters from Better Call Saul. Like he is like it's a weird thing that they done with him, man, because you see so much heart from him and how much he wants to help and how much he cares for people and whatnot. But also he is one sleazy con man, and he just got it in his DNA. Like he just can't help but do cons and just con people. And you know, even his own loved ones, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, but his loved ones, his brother, you know, because of him and some of the cons that he's done and some stuff that he got involved in, it caused the death of certain people, like his brother and some other lawyers and other characters and whatnot. But then, at the end of the show, and again, I'm spoiling it, so I'm sure people have seen it or maybe not want to see it, but when he's in front of the court and they finally caught him and whatnot, he does this thing where he loves to play the system. Like they caught him and he brought them down to 7 years. He negotiated down to like, take me for 7 years in prison and whatnot. But when he got to the final stage, he confessed everything to the judge, which gave him, what was it, 100 years or something? Like he loves the game of playing. He loves playing the game. He loves winning. And then, but when it comes down to it, what was truly right, he confessed it, to the lawyers, to the judge of everything, and it got him a further time. So it's just his character, man. Like I say, there's heart in him as well. But when he does his scams and everything, you're like, and it leads to someone's death or leads to someone else's downfall. It's like, man, you're a sleazy con man. You know what I mean? But then he goes into prison and he's already popular in there, and he loves that too. He loves the high life. They were showing all these flashbacks about regrets. Like the last couple episodes was all about regrets, and for him, he wouldn't be asking the question about regrets. He kept on saying, oh, what if you had a time machine? What would you do when you go back? And then this was when Walter White was one of the episodes. It's like, listen, you're trying to ask me about regret. Let's stop wrapping around this time machine conversation. Ask me about what regrets do you have. And everything with him, it wasn't, what he's done and everything. And it was always about going back in time to make more money and all this sort of stuff. So he's always just had it in him to just be this sleazy con man who just wants to make tons of money. But then there's heart. There is heart when it comes to doing the right thing, or when it comes to taking consequences. Out of everything that was done, he took them right at the end. And throughout the show, it kind of shows those sort of things. So you have this almost like love-hate relationship with him, but you're fascinated to see what scam is he doing next and how he talks his way out of situations and whatnot. It's actually amazing, great show, really enjoyable. Makes me want to watch Breaking Bad again. So I might have to get into Breaking Bad again because I forgot what happens to all of that in that show. But great show, Better Call Saul. The other one, which we need to talk about, is Mando, bro. We didn't talk about. I don't think we talked about last week's episode, but this week's episode was amazing, short and sweet. As it was, Jakub spoiled it for me. So spoiler alerts and whatnot. But what a great this man, Disney or Marvel or whoever or whatever, Star Wars are doing this thing where they're what's the word I'm looking for, man? Bringing back people and giving them what's the word I'm looking for,
redemption,
man?
bro.
Redemption, that's the word.
This is like a proper
name,
Western,
man?
bro. Ahmed Best. Ahmed Best played Jar Jar Binks in the original prequels. That guy, after for almost 20 years, got
crucified, man.
Crucified. Hey, people. That man, the guy almost killed himself. You know what I mean? He almost committed suicide. And who wouldn't be a giddy kid playing a character in a Star Wars movie? That's one thing I'll always hold dear to. He should hold that dear to him. That I was part of the Star Wars universe. But it's a shame because we're human beings and shit like that can take its toll on you. But Ahmed Best, man, listen, man, I'm so proud of you, man, because you still made it. He didn't commit suicide, and he had a fucking great comeback, bro.
Swearing right Ramadan during fasting, but
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
no,
Sorry, sorry.
yeah, I know, but you're right.
Astaghfirullah,
I've been trying my
astaghfirullah.
best not to swear. Bro, it was an amazing comeback because I was like, at first, I was like, is that one dude? But then I didn't see the first. I know Disney would have done a younger Samuel Jackson, and two, they would have had the purple saber. So I was like, wasn't one dude. And then after I saw all the Instagram and everything, I was like, man, what a great redemption story, man. Just not only bringing him back, but bringing him back as just an amazing jet. The guy who saved Grogu, come on, who initially saved Grogu, who is a beloved character right now. I mean, I don't know how it all worked out in the background. I would love to hear his story on, did Disney reach out to him? Did Star Wars guys reach out to him? Did he reach out to them? Did someone say, hey, we need to give this guy redemption? Because they done that with Hydro Christian, what's the name with Vader?
Yeah, Hayden Christian. Yeah.
Yeah, with him, with the Obi-Wan show, they gave him a bit more redemption and that because obviously people didn't like those other ones. But this, what a great redemption! He saved Grogu, man. I'm like, what? Not just any sort of redemption story, man. Like one of the best redemption stories, man. And I thought that was absolutely amazing after reading about it. But yeah, what a great episode! Very fun episode, and I love the fact that teaching Grogu the ways. I love it, man. So
Yeah, no,
awesome.
listen, he's yeah, no, they did. John Favreau's awesome.
Amazing.
It was him. It was
He's like the
definitely him.
redemption guy, isn't it? Like RDJ with Iron Man, then you got like this one. I mean, it's like he's I don't know, man. I feel like he's one of them guys that's just like, man, that was bad. What happened to so and so? Let's go get them in and give him some redemption. You know what I mean? Like whatever goes through his mind, but just beautiful.
He's a nice guy. You can now
Nice
blatantly
guy.
tell he's a nice guy, bro. He's like, let me go help. Not help. Let's go bring this person back up. You know what I mean? Let's
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a nice story. Ahmed Best put a really nice tweet out the other day, and he put down that 20 years ago in this location, I almost not 20 years ago, I don't know when it was, but it was like I almost killed myself, but now I live for my son, and it's a picture of him at the same place with his son, and he goes, this is my reason for why I live. So I was like, oh man,
So
gonna make
beautiful.
man's cry, man. Gonna make man's cry.
It's,
But yeah, beautiful.
You know what? Listen, man, criticism is always valuable, right? When it's constructive, but just to destroy someone to the point where their career is at jeopardy, and you're destroying them for something that probably is not their fault. Like, I mean, they played the character that was written in the movie and all that sort of stuff. Listen, man, if my boss if people told me that I'm doing a rubbish job at my job, it would be heartbreaking. Of course, I'll try and work on it, but if I'm getting destroyed by all my colleagues and random people, you're crap at what you do, it's heartbreaking. Could you imagine being on that global scale of Star Wars, and having the whole world trying to tell you that whatever, yeah, you've done a bad job or whatever? I mean, it was a CGI character anyway, and it wasn't his. You know what I mean? It wasn't his invention. It wasn't his. He played the role that was given to him that he got. And even the person who invented Jar Jar Binks or whatever it is, the script writers, it's not like you like to just diss them. Like if you didn't enjoy the characters, like all right, you didn't enjoy the character, man. You push limits to where people might want to end their life or end their careers. It's horrible, man. The way the world is, but it's just the way the world is. But I'm glad. It's just great to just hear that redemption story. And I read the tweet; it was actually really beautiful. And I hope all the best for him, regardless of what he does.
No,
Be
exactly,
he comes back or does more, whatever. So stripes to him, man. Much love.
Yeah.
Okay,
Cool, man.
cool, man. Let's move into more the news, bro. Cool. So Denzel Washington and Ridley Scott are reuniting 16 years after their hit crime American Gangster for the Gladiator sequel.
Yes.
So I don't know where I don't know where Denzel Washington's involvement is in this. Is he going to play someone in the Gladiator sequel? But I mean, listen, that first one is, I mean, I'm glad it's Ridley Scott, but that first one's an epic movie with an epic soundtrack by Hans Zimmer and whatnot. Doing a part two is a risky one for me. But, if it's Ridley Scott, if it's Denzel Washington, you feel like it can't go wrong, but it's a tough one.
No, exactly, definitely. I'm not sure where they're going to go with this, to be honest. I don't think it needed a sequel, but I mean, they ended it so well.
So
Yeah,
well. It was
I'm
perfect.
not sure.
One movie, man.
Exactly. I'm not sure where they would go with this, bro.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Let's see what happens with it. All right, cool. Director Chad Shadlensky. Sorry, my bad. You know I can't read. Anyway, shares the technological achievements that he learned from John Wick Chapter 4 that he'll be bringing with him to the Ghost of Tsushima movie. Now, I don't know what technological advancements they saw in John Wick. I'm sure you've seen it. I will see it in the end of the month. But Ghost of Tsushima is one of the best video games. Now, if you're looking to bring that style of, be it martial arts or whatever, to Ghost of Tsushima, or action in general, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be exciting. I'm looking forward to that movie.
No, me too, bro. Definitely. That'd be amazing. And what he's done, because, bro, it's an amazing looking movie. Probably one of the it's probably the best looking movie out of the three. And yeah, I don't know, it looks good, bro. It's a really good looking movie. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing when you watch it, you'll be like, oh, how did he do this? How did he do that? So, and if he's looking to bring that onto the Ghost of Tsushima, that's going to be nuts, bro. That'll be
Awesome.
good.
I
I'm
can't
looking
wait.
forward to
I
that
hope they do that
because
well. I
he's a
hope they do
martial
that well.
artist as well, bro. So he knows how to film stuff. He knows
Yeah.
what he wants people to see. No, good on him. It'd be awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Yeah, with the casting that he's got in these movies, you could tell that he's really like
He's in the martial arts world.
acknowledging. Yeah, he's acknowledging their skill set, probably taking the feedback from all them Indonesian brothers. Excuse me, I don't know their names, but you know them brothers that was in part 3. You got Scott Atkins, you got Donnie Yen. It's just amazing.
No, he's good
Um,
with what do you call it? He's a martial artist himself, bro.
yeah, so he just
So
appreciates that
yeah,
world
he
and the
appreciates that
creativity.
world. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, sticking on the video game thing, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin is getting a God of War inspired video game. Bro, you know how much God of War is the only game I'm playing right now. And I've been wanting to get this comic, and I will try and get hold of this comic, but you've spoken highly about it. Now, if they build a video game like God of War inspired for this, I'm on it. I'm on it.
It's gonna be nuts,
Um,
bro.
that would be awesome. That would be awesome. So just some news on that, man. I can't wait for that. If it is like a God of War style, because ooh, that's good. All right. What else is going on? So Iron Man star Robert Downey Jr. and the Batman star Pattinson are reportedly going to unite for a new serial killer movie from the director Adam McKay, best known for films like Netflix Don't Look Up, The Big Short, Step Brothers, Anchorman, called The Legend of and Anchorman, Legend of Ron Burgundy. But them two, do you know what's crazy though? The stories, the headlines and pictures is always going to be Iron Man and Batman. Like them guys are known for those sort of roles. Now they should, I guess they shouldn't be, but also, I mean, Robert Downey Jr. is known for Iron Man or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, putting them two together, I think it would be a great movie, man. Like a serial killer movie. Let's see what I mean. I can see Robert Pattinson being the serial killer in this movie, but maybe he's not. But I don't know. It's great to have them team up.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, what else would I see? I saw Cheech and Chong. Have you heard of them guys? But old school
Yeah, yeah.
guys who advocated for weed back in the days. Cheech and Chong's Up in Smokes are reunited for a brand new movie exploring their origins, like a biopic. So that'll be
Mm.
interesting. Guys were advocating for weed for back in the days, isn't it? So there's that. Production for Jamie Foxx's new film with Cameron Diaz has been held after he reportedly had a major meltdown on set. Fires for from the project staff, and apparently Cameron Diaz came out of retirement for this movie, and now she's like, "This is the reason why I went into retirement. I don't need this shit." In the movie
Oh.
industry, because she was big at one point, right? She was
Yeah,
in The
yeah, she
Mask and
was.
loads of
Yeah,
other
yeah, yeah.
movies, Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
And I think Jamie Foxx was the one who convinced her to come out of retirement. But now it
Mm-hmm.
seems like Jamie Foxx, I don't know what happened. Obviously, it's got to be a stressful thing making a movie and stuff. And we've seen so many stars having meltdowns. But I think You know, I think I read Cameron Diaz is like, this is long. Why the hell did I come back to this? Basically, I doubt it's gonna reenact. I doubt it will reenact her fire of like, I want to come back to this. She might just be like, I'm done with this after this. Don't ever call me back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. The Penguin show to introduce a new DC character. So listen, if that I loved Colin Farrell as a Penguin. And hopefully they do the show well. And I think under the new management, I think they will do it differently and well compared to the other DC shows which they all cancelled. So I think this will be great. Okay, I think the rest of it is Marvel news, bro. So any thoughts on any of that stuff?
No. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens, but I mean, yeah, not really. Yeah, nothing much on top of that.
Get into the Marvel stuff then. So RoboCop star Peter Weller to join Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. So I've been trying to read up on that. I mean, I haven't seen if it's a Disney Plus show, but I think it's an animated show that they're doing. Have you heard anything about that?
Yeah, it's an animated show that I don't think it's on Disney Plus. I think it's gonna be on Hulu or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be like one of those violent. It was gonna be like that monkey one. What was that monkey one? I didn't watch that either.
Kill Monkey. Yeah.
Kill Monkey. Yeah. So kind of like one of those things. But yeah, RoboCop in that should be good. I don't know much about the character, but I will check it out.
Kill Monkey was awesome. So I mean, if it's gonna be like that, then that should be fun. All right, the Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 5 shows, including Loki and Secret Invasions, and a release date. Oh, so all the release dates for the shows have been pushed back. Loki, Secret Invasions, that was indicated by Disney Plus. Now I feel like actually I'm going to talk about superhero movies as well in general with you to get your thoughts. But also before I get into that, there was one more news about Shazam. But yeah, like all the shows are getting pushed back, and I think this has got to do with some of the you know, the pushback they've been getting on Phase 5 and Phase 4 and just the comic book movies in general, man. Before we get into that, right? So some of those dates are thing, because I want to talk about comic book movies or hero movies with you in general. But just before we get into that, Shazam, did you hear about all the stuff that's been going on with Shazam and The Rock and how The Rock tried to use now The Rock's amazing and he's got such a great influence, but he tried to use his they were trying to say that, or the way it was written, it could be wrong, that he was trying to put himself that he's bigger than the franchise. So he was trying to make himself and Henry Cavill the center of the DC universe, right? And he kind of denied Shazam having a cameo in Black Adam, and wanted Henry Cavill Superman, because obviously those two should have linked and whatnot. And I think I didn't see the actual tweet from Zachary Levi, but he made a tweet about The Rock and all that sort of stuff. But man, I mean, there's a lot of beef going on. I mean, Shazam, Black Adam didn't do as well as The Rock thought he would do, and I thought with The Rock star power, they thought that it would be a big hit, and obviously getting back Henry Cavill as Superman. But then Shazam in general, man, you know, that didn't make much in the box office. So, you know, apparently it was a flop, unfortunately. My thoughts is this, bro, with the superhero movies since Endgame. I have to really pull it at Endgame. Maybe Spider-Man No Way Home, right? You know, obviously they haven't been as great and they've been pushing out as much as they can. I think that might be one issue, right? One, you're oversaturating it, right? I want to see more, but maybe you're oversaturating it and you're thinking of quantity rather than quality. And you just thought the success of Endgames and all those movies would just bring you billion-dollar movies each time, which clearly shows it's not the case, right? You still need to work on the quality of the show and the stories and whatnot. My thing with Shazam, for example, if you're building this universe, and this is my opinion, like the movie, of course, you want it to be a success, but I think what's more important is building the character of Shazam, Zachary Levi Shazam, because you want to make it in a position where you want to see more of him. You know what I mean? I want to see more of him in the DC universe. I want to see him interacting with other DC characters. That's what I think is more important for me. Of course, you want their solo movies to be great, to build those characters, but I think more importantly for me is like build the character where I want to see more of them. So when he does show up in another movie, I'm going to be hyped. You know what I mean? I think, you know, them doing the Wonder Woman teaser trailer and whatnot, I just don't think that was good enough, like to kind of build that movie up, right? But it wasn't a duo. It was she just showed up, right? So you can't bring up the revenue to be like, oh, she's in it for 30 seconds. Everyone go watch the movie. It's like, no, like why don't you like, Flashpoint, which is an example where there's going to be big cameos or probably teamed up of Batman and Flash and all them. That's what you want to see.
Mm.
So that's what I think with Shazam. Like you built him up. I like Zachary Levi as Shazam. I want to see him in more projects. Put him in other projects. I'm excited to see that, and I think that's the goal of building up these universes, which is building up these characters. Most importantly, that's my thoughts.
Yeah, no, that's totally understandable. I really don't know. I don't know what went wrong. It's a good movie, bro. But I personally think, again, we're oversaturated with comic book movies at the moment, and people are only going to specifically go see a certain movie as well. But they brought it out on a month. I didn't realize there was so many good movies, bro, that came out. You had Scream 6. Everybody's loving Scream 6. John Wick. What was the other two that came out, bro? We did screenings for as well.
Cocaine, Cocaine Bear. I don't know if that was
No,
anything,
that's no.
but I mean, I wasn't that sort of level.
Let me check, man. I have to go through. My memory's so bad that I have to go through Instagram to remember what happened yesterday, bro. Hold up. So let's go through this because it's been a full-on month, man. Creed 3 came
Creed
out.
3, which smashed it.
Yeah, so you got John Wick, Creed 3, Scream 6, Shazam, Dungeons and Dragons came out as well, so that's going to play a big part. I didn't get to go to the screening for that. Yeah, bro. It's a hard one, bro. But listen, as I said, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved it for what it was. And the Rock situation and DC situation, we could only hope for better things, bro.
Well, I mean, now we know the what and Henry Cavill, they're not going to be in the DC universe anyway. But it was, if that was, the Rock obviously had a vision,
Yeah.
and to put himself as the center, maybe that's what's the word? Narcissistic? Is that the right word? Where you love yourself basically. I mean, the Rock's powerful. Maybe he just tried to use it to uplift the universe. I think some of these movies have shown that you don't need the biggest superstar. That you don't need that. It's the character building. Honestly, if you ask me, just my opinion, if you ask me who do I want to see more, Black Adam or Shazam, I'm going to say to you Shazam. Honestly, just say it. If in the next DC universe, or just say Flashpoint as an example, if they said to me, who do you want to show, who would you love to show up in this movie to interact with these characters, Black Adam or Shazam, I'm going to say Shazam. Because I enjoy watching his character. He's funny on the screen. He's charming to watch. I want to see more of him. The way he talks, the way he jokes around, the heart that he has. I'm like, that would be my choice, in my opinion. So I think they've done a great job of building the character, and hopefully they'll put in more in it. But obviously, the beef, I don't know if you call it beef, but there was some issues around, all of that. So I don't know, comic book movies, I'm not saying they're going down because I'm gonna watch all of them and I want more of them, but I feel like something's happened after Endgames. I feel like, phase 4, the DC universe has always been a bit icky, but hopefully it's gonna go on the rise now. Let's see what Marvel does with all these delays of these movies and whatnot. The next Marvel one is Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which hopefully should take us in it should be good. But yeah, man. What was the last Marvel movie that came? Ant-Man, yeah. I mean, even though that was a flop, it made hundreds of millions. I mean, like I said, it's a great flop. But again, I feel like, the character building is what gets me excited in these movies, leading up to the big movies.
Yeah. No, I totally get you, man. Totally get you. So, yeah, let's see how it goes, man. I mean, I'm starting to feel it myself, bro. Like the more I read comic books and the more I watch the movies, they're slowly detaching themselves. And as much as I know what James Gunn wants to do, bringing in the new DC studios, wants to connect it more back to the comic books. So let's see what happens, bro. We just got to wait, man.
Yeah,
excuse
just
me,
gotta
guys.
wait. I mean, I was gonna say something earlier that was in my head, but Oh man, there was something in my head I was going to bring up, but anyway, I forgot. I got the new Punisher comic. I told you last week, right? I think I spoke about it, right? The new Punisher comics are really enjoyable and whatnot. So I've got those new ones coming up to read. I had some comic time recently, which has been great. So I kind of read through a bunch. It's great that with this new, like I said, you got Doctor Strange, Captain America, Black Widow, Moon Knight, all teaming up to go after the new Punisher.
Mm.
Frank Castle with his new powers that he's got from the hand. It's a sick story. I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, man, let's see what they do with this new with the comic book movies. I'm always going to be in. I'm always going to be invested. But you can't, you can never beat the comics because you could just be so you can add whoever in there and be so creative differently with them. The movies are different.
Mm. No, exactly that, bro. Exactly that. Just gotta wait and see, man.
Cool, man. That was everything on the news or everything that I captured throughout the week. On my side, was there anything else?
No, man. You've probably seen online accusations. Kang the Conqueror's.
No. What? What
Kang,
do you mean? What did I
have you been
miss?
on? You ain't been online, bro.
I haven't seen anything, man. I haven't I've been quite busy with work. What, did this come out today?
Well, yesterday, man. I think he got arrested for assault.
Who? Jennifer Majors?
Yeah, man.
No. How? What happened?
I don't know. He said he. They say. Well, they say allegedly he assaulted a woman, his ex-girlfriend or something like that.
Ah, okay. I mean, I say no more. Especially when you said there's a woman. There's nothing to say. I won't comment on anything. Damn. Kang the Conqueror conquered some ass. No, I'm joking. Um. Damn. Okay. I mean, I don't even know what to say on that, man. So hopefully they resolve it, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. But that's all I know. We'll find out more, I'm sure, during the week sometime. But
There's always
listen,
a story
guys.
to it, man. Two parts of the
Oh,
stories, both ends, so much
exactly,
variables involved, and whatnot.
exactly, exactly. All right, guys. Thanks again, as always. Sorry for this episode being out a bit later. Uh, but yeah, we'll catch up soon, definitely.
All right.
All right, bro.
Awesome.
Take care.
Stripes.